You are the water in my watermelon, baby dolls. Welcoming you for another very special and very most yummy update. Today and the next few days, we are seeing the PulseChain conference. It is still live. Thank you very much to RH Maxi doing it on behalf of the PulseChain community. I think there's like 40 plus speakers. Everyone's asking why I'm not speaking. I didn't even know it was on at this point of time, and apparently it's booked out. So it's just, I didn't know. I thought it was like going to happen like, sometime later. And these things move fast, okay? But yes, so these are a sign of strong network effects for the PulseChain community, and I encourage everyone to do it. I think we should have Matty Allen's conference and this one. People should do as much as they can, friends, because we want to see more visual ones. And what we could do is separate them by theme. You know, we can change it by color. One's like, you know, one's a blue theme, one's a purple theme. You know, just two colors of like PulseChain or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think that's really advantageous for everyone, because that's a competitive advantage for the whole chain. Okay, because when people come out from all around the crypto land, they want to see visual people. They want to see these people. These are talking heads, friends. You can't get this anywhere else. Before the world gets overrun by AI, they're actually real humans, and it is a big edge out here for everyone. So remember, this is a sign of strong network effects and the journey of a cult transcending into a religion, just like Bitcoin did. So I encourage everyone to go out there and support everything to do with the PulseChain logo, because that makes all our bags pump. Now, I'm sure you saw this earlier in the day, friends. StableCoin SuperCycle, huh? The StableCoin SuperCycle is confirmed. Thank you to my friend, the Dirt Burglar. So, friends, there's a report made here by the U.S. Treasury Borrowing Advisory Committee. All right. And it's kind of fascinating. They actually have stablecoins here. Look, they mentioned stablecoin market cap 230 billion. They are utilized as cash on chain. And look what they say here. Evolving market dynamics has the potential to accelerate stablecoins' trajectory to reach 2 trillion by 2028. Oh my gosh. And there's regulatory dollar dynamics. So it's funny how he said, look, that's a 10x growth, man, in stablecoins. Now, if only there was a coin on PulseChain which might participate in. I don't know, friends. It could be it. It doesn't have to be it, but I'm just showing you. Part of the theory was that if there were stablecoins being bridged into PulseChain, because you offer them the incentive yield token incentive, right? The greenest logo in crypto, right? It can get them in, and then I guess you could do stuff with them, right? Get them to bond stuff together. That's why pDAI would be a missing link. It's like the half stablecoin, half crypto altcoin hybrid, right? Because you're not going to get these people with stablecoins to bond it to Pulse, right? Some of it you will, but not all of it, because they're like, hey, this is part of my stablecoin safety mechanism, right? I don't want to deploy this stuff. And there's billions and billions of dollars floating around. You want to know what's funny as well from this report, friends, as well? One of the examples here they use of crypto collateralized stablecoins, they use SUSD, which is what Richard posted about synthetics US dollar. It actually depegged. So it depegged, SUSD. But look at the examples they have here, right? Cash and US Treasury backed coins, USDC, Ripple USD, all right, here. Look, diversified asset stablecoins. So you have Tether, you have that XAUT, that's their gold-backed one. So Tether, friends, Tether is a stablecoin, but what they do is they have like a lot of it is in like the US treasuries, where it's like, it's deliverable in 6 months or 9 months because they're earning the yield a lot. All right. And then look, they have another stablecoin here, crypto-backed. Okay, friends, by the way, just to let you know, I'm pretty sure 1 and 2 are going to be legal. And these ones, they're going to basically kill you. I'm not even joking. They're going to kill you if you do them. Okay. These are exogenous backed. So you're backed by outside of crypto, which is in US bank accounts. And these ones are endogenous, ENDO, endogenous crypto. Why are they endogenous? Because, well, to the fiat system, right, you're not backed. You don't have any backing there. Okay. This is crypto backed. So you have DAI, estrogen DAI, synthetics USD, LUSD, the lesbian US dollar. And then you have the algo stablecoins. These are literally cancer. We tried a lot of them back in 2020, 2021 cycle. Total chaos. Just all of them depeg. They just don't work. Because every algo stablecoin, every stablecoin is backed by faith. So that's why it's important that the US government who prints a fiat, that they can store everything in one place. But yeah, isn't it cool to see that there's actually, friends, my StableCoin SuperCycle is getting confirmed. This is their trajectory. Look at this, 8.3x growth here. StableCoin supply projection. That's wonderful. So that's why I guess PulseChain, Richard Hart, man, if he's a genius to be able to see that, my gosh, man, talk about this. This is in 2021. The whole crypto industry was 2 trillion when he even started conceiving of this. Now he's conceiving on stablecoins, which is going to grow to that. So that'll be wild. But hey, you know, we'll see how it plays out. Remember as well, earlier today, I showed you that Tether has been minting. Once again, StableCoin SuperCycle. They're going to keep minting. The market cap goes up. Why do they mint it? Because people want to deploy $1 billion. They give it to $1 billion worth of their bank account. Then they give them Tether $1 billion on chain. And then they pretty much go and do whatever. Obviously, we want them to come and buy our sexy, juicy, lollipop altcoins. But what do they mostly do? They go get some yield. They go buy BTC. You know, they buy probably some Ethereum, Solana. It is what it is. Anna Maria, what does this mean? People are parking money there. Dr. Pandorum, doesn't matter anyway, never seems to pump. Have we ever stopped to ask why ETH is the price is that with all those stablecoins on it? You gotta remember, it's these, you can't think of it like they come in and you pump already, okay? You look at it like it's just growing organism stuff, right? Like it's pretty much, if I use an example, it's like you're a soccer coach and then one of your strikers who kicks the goals, you're just watching him on the pitch and he's breathing. You know what I mean? Like you're watching the breathing and like you go, okay, just because he's breathing doesn't necessarily mean he's like scoring a goal right now. Okay, he's alive. He's continuing to breathe. That's what these stablecoins are. It's literally the lifeblood of crypto. So you want to see more of that, right? If the guy stops breathing, you know what I mean? It's all over. Okay, so that's why the market kept going up. It basically becomes like a rocket launch pad. Because you got to remember, they're ultimately, these people who get offended, they're still the crowd. The crowd likes to buy high. So they just sit there. They do nothing with the money. They earn yield. Okay, they're like, oh, I'm waiting for safer times. I'm waiting for the Trump tariffs to stop. There's all a bunch of BS, okay? That's what I mean. 95% of people, they just get rinsed. They come and buy highs. So the red line is the market cap for Tether. See, look what happens. Look when it started going up, by the way. See, it started going up here. Look, where Bitcoin was 70K. Tether's market cap was 120 billion. You see that? Now Tether's market cap is 149. So it has been going up over time. It's just not a direct one-for-one correlation like immediately. Because when people get it, they sit on it for like maybe a few weeks or a month. And remember, they're basically they're here to buy high. That's what it comes down to. Now, I'm sure you saw right now earlier in the day, Richard Hart defeated the SEC. Today, 5-5. May 5th, Judge Auntie Carol Amon has ordered the clerk of court to enter judgment in favor of me against the SEC and close the case. So, remember as well, Nuclear Herbs. Once again, got a big shout out to... Those are some Nuclear Herbs, okay? Mr. Nuclear Herbs, he mentioned, there's still a 60-day waiting period, right? So, we haven't actually started the real approval. Man, you legal guys... I get it. You know, you don't want to like lock up the wrong person, but man, it takes some time. Like we got to wait until some kid puts a piece of paper in with some signature and then puts a cute little Batman logo stamp and then we can begin the 60-day approval. Oh my gosh. But it's all priced in, friends. It's all priced in. Okay. I made a video for my friend Noah in my Telegrams. Mr. Telegrams as well. Noah just is related to this as well. So pretty much, I'm going to read Noah's post. Noah has said, guys, I'm going to be honest, I've checked out. I love Richard Hart's moral ethics and everything and what he's trying to do with building stuff with no admin keys. But man, those prices, it just doesn't stop going down for 4 years. He's tweeting and talking too much about this and how great PulseChain, but he mistyped, he typoed it as Pulse China. Pulse China is morally, but man, those prices. I even tried to tell people about PulseChain. They just point out the prices and say it's a scam. I replied a very kind 2-minute video for Noah, a personal video that you can watch in my Telegrams as well. So I just explained to Noah, I go, look, I know you don't believe me. I don't care if no one believes me. I don't give a crap. Okay, I'm telling you, just like the sky is blue, I'm telling you that the PulseChain price is not explained by Richard Hart, his lack of streaming, the Interpol, the SEC, him tweet, it's not explained by that. The PulseChain price is a reflection of the business cycle, okay? When this thing is below 50, people have no confidence to invest in the future. None. Crypto altcoins are the end of the risk curve, friends. We are the most future. you have a very long duration risk with your liquidity access. When you throw money in, it's money you won't need. Like we're on year 4 now, right? It's literally a 4 or 5 year investment, but no one tells you that. We don't know that. You don't know that because some coins go up fast, you know, and then you miss the prices. So we didn't know it was going to be this long, but that's what it is, okay? So it's not about him. And when you say, yeah, people say the prices are down, yeah, but that's everything, dude. That's literally everything. You can't use them as your signal, okay? You see, instead of, say, looking at, oh, this person said the price is down and they're poop, which, okay, I know they are, man. I know the prices are poop. What I'm telling you, though, is what you see is me. You see me. I got a Ditto hat. Okay, I got a Ditto hat. I'm tweaking my own nipples. You're seeing the PulseChain conference. You're seeing 40 speakers appear at the PulseChain conference. We have 72 streamers. You have 170 content creators. Right? Richard Hart has defeated the SEC. So these things that people said were bad, we're like starting to knock them off. Yeah? Interpol's going to get removed soon. Because the Interpol's case is just relying on the SEC winning. But if the SEC doesn't win, they got nothing. Yeah? See what I mean? So there's your fundamentals. That's your network effects. Like the example of Tether's market cap going up, we stay long. Well, that's why we stay long in the ecosystem. And yeah, I really, of course, man, I really wish we were like, you know, 2x stack price instead of all the way down here. I know, but this is just markets, what they do. I'm sure, like, look, if you were to ask Richard Hart, I'm sure Richard would say, obviously, I don't speak for him because I don't speak duck, quack, quack. But I'm sure he would say, hey, man, just like how you wish PulseChain price was higher, I wish the business ISM was not down this bad for 30 months. I wish it was just like the last cycle where it was only down for 10 months. That's what he would say. See this? See that? 10 to 12 months. I'm below 50. You see that? That's what he would say. He'll go, man, in the last cycle it was only down for 10 to 12 months and then we started going up. And then that's it. Hex had a run up here and a run up here. We haven't had one, okay? So like that's what that look. I can't. That's why. Like I said, friends, I don't speak duck, quack, quack, okay? And I don't have wings to flap, quack, quack. But that's what he would say. He'd pretty much say, look, man, you know, you got a bad end of stick, so did I. I got the bag. I didn't ask SEC to come after me and Interpol do all this shit, but also I didn't ask for this business cycle to be so freaking horrifically bad and give us. It's literally the worst. You know, the worst period in 45 years. You want to find a period this bad, you got to go back to 1980. And it went for about 42 months of poop. All right, so we're on month 30. At 42 months to get back ISM above 52. So you never know. We might be ISM still below 52 for the next like 2 months. So it hits, you know what I mean? So it's still bad. Compared to the last ones, just showing you, man, look how easy the last ones were by this time. 6 months, 12 months, 10 months, green, 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 you know? Ours is 30. So I hope that clarifies it here for you, friends. Like I even mentioned here, experienced investors understand that we need Ethereum to go back above $2,600 and keep rallying in order for PulseChain to rally. Ethereum is also reflected from the business ISM cycle. Okay, so Ethereum down, business cycle's down. Yeah, when Ethereum goes up, so if Ethereum is 2,600 next month or in the next 30, 60 days, the business ISM, its last reading was around 48.7. It might tick up to like 49.5 when the period comes. Okay, because remember, what you can actually do is, and it works, you can check Bitcoin's price movement, right? And wherever it goes, the business ISM reading for that month, when it appears, is going to catch up. You can imply the business ISM. So basically, if people are confident, they buy crypto first. If they're sad, they buy crypto down. Okay? But that business ISM, it's a nice macro factor that you can see out here, right? Newbie investors think we just need the Interpol to go away for PulseChain to pump, but these same people incorrectly thought we would pump 10x after the SEC was defeated, and these same newbies thought PulseChain would rip 5x higher after the Vietnamese kid's dong was no longer an issue on the chain. Ethereum is currently 1,800. So that was true, right? How many people, friends, said, you know, oh, SEC's over, we're definitely going to move up now, and then I was like, I did that poll, I was like, oh crap, we've actually priced in the SEC victory before we even did the victory. And we're actually lower. We're lower than the SEC victory right now, right? And as well, you had PulseChain, right? The Vietnamese kid. What happened to that? Friends, how many people, literally, every single pDAI hater said, all of you said, once we get rid of the Vietnamese kid, we can then finally start to pump and we won't be exploited. What happened? Dump. Literally dump. Oh, man, you guys are funny. Oh, man, you guys are funny. Down 35%. So, I know, man. Look, friends, I'm so glad. I'm so thankful to God. I made my green candles make you smarter video 2 years ago in 2023. So, like, everyone, just go back and just watch that, dude. Literally, I've told you how many times green candles make you smarter. Okay. There's literally no point talking to other people in the marketplace. They're not going to change their mind, dude. Okay. Just talk as in like, hey, what do you think? Oh, you're usually wrong. Okay, cool. That's what it is. Oh, cool. All right. I'll be fading that guy. Don't tell him. That's what I do most 99% of the time. I don't go publicly tell people, I will be fading you all the time. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to lose your edge. Like, you don't want the last thing you want, if someone's a signal, you don't want to screw it up. You don't want to tell that person, hey, I'm fading you. Because first they'll get a bit like, oh, screw that guy. But then in a month or two, they'll realize they're wrong and they'll be like, oh, I've got to learn. How did Somi or someone else know to fade me? How did they know I was a signal? Then they start to have this introspection. You don't want that. You want them to stay blue-pilled. Okay? You want them to stay with the market because that's your signal. Right? You don't want to ruin it. You don't want to like advance everyone else out here. And by the way, who are they anyway? They're haters anyway. Right? And they're going to learn at the very, very end. So where to from here? Well, I'm just going to quickly flash the GoPulse website now. I think, friends, Richard was hinting about doesn't like sacrifices. I think maybe he wants more marketing stuff out here. I don't know, man. I don't know. When you're talking like these riddles and things, it makes it pretty hard. And remember yesterday, well, by the way, friends, look, I'm just telling you, I don't know if pDAI is real or not. I'm just telling you, Richard he's in the telegrams. It's very obvious, okay? And he listens to the Twitter spaces. Hi, Richard. He's watching this video, okay? I'm telling you now, okay? I did some personal anecdotal stuff. He's watching, all right? Now, and it is 100% confirmed. He is doing riddles, okay? He is doing riddles. Here's the thing, though, all right? If you type in the Extractor meme, right, the Extractor that Richard Hart did, so he is doing these pDAI riddle hints and Easter eggs, okay? He is 100% doing them, okay? There's no denying that. Is it, hey, I'm playing with you? Or is it not? Because you can make the case for both. If it's, I'm just playing with you, it's perfect. Because it goes, oh, hey, nutcases, I'm only giving information that you, a pDAI believer, would see. Okay? And everybody else out there is not going to see this information. Like, for example, when he posted this meme and you connect pDAI and it's a path to a peg. Okay? So it might be that he's like, you know, I'm just playing with you because you guys are nutcases. That's something that only you're going to see and no one else is going to see it. And everyone's going to be like, ah, it's just random. Okay? But also, there were the typos he did. Friends, did you know Twitter has an edit button? Did you know that? Do you know if you press in the top right of your message on Twitter, you can edit? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Can we just confirm there's an edit button? Yes, there's an edit button, right? All right. Well, Richard made this post here with typos in here. And then he says, so many typos. Like, he spent more effort writing so many typos, replying under himself, than it would have taken just to click edit and just change those 2 letters. Do you know what I mean? Okay. If you grab the typo words, the letters, they literally spell pCoin or a pCoin or pCoin, depending if you do something. So, all right. So it's some sort of message here. Could be like a pCoin or just pCoin. All right. So, and by the way, he's never done that before. He's never done typos and then talked about the typos, right? We read all his messages. When he does a typo, he's like, oh, he's probably just doing this on his phone. He never even mentions the typo. He never even corrects it. I've seen that. So, but it could be like he's joking. Hey, a pCoin, right? Oh, that doesn't mean pDAI. It could be pHex. pHex is a pCoin. See what I mean? So once again, it is always a bull and a bear case. It is what it is. Just depends how hard you believe. This is a pDAI price chart. Let's look at the PulseChain core coins as well. I just showed you PLS as well. This is PulseX out here. Yeah, everything's bonded. There's literally nothing to report. Literally nothing's moving around. But on the PulseX buy and burn, it's now ticked up to 7.07% user supply of the buy and burn. So that's going to ratchet up in the bull market. You know what else is going to ratchet in the bull market? Our friendship. Like and subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.